What if I told you that one of the ocean's most famous creatures has a secret weapon hidden in its face? And it's not claws or shell, but something far more unexpected. Imagine you're a lobster navigating the dark, rocky seabed. You have powerful claws for defense, a hard shell for protection, and keen senses to detect danger. But your greatest weapon? It's not what you'd expect. It's urine, and you shoot it directly from openings beneath your eyes, that's right. Lobsters don't pee from where you might think. They release urine from specialized nozzles located right on their faces. And this isn't just a quirky biological footnote. It's a critical part of how they communicate, compete, and even fall in love. To understand why lobsters evolved this unusual system, we need to dive into their world. A place where scent is everything, and dominance is written in urine beneath the waves. Lobsters live in a sensory landscape dominated by chemicals. They can't rely on sight or sound the way we do. Instead, they read the water around them using highly sensitive antennae and tiny hairs all over their bodies. And urine. It's their primary language. A lobster's urine is packed with chemical signals called pheromones. These aren't just waste products. They're complex messages that convey identity, health, mood, and even romantic interest. When a lobster releases urine, it's like sending a personalized text message to everyone nearby. But why the face? It all comes down to plumbing and purpose. Lobsters have two small bladders located near their brain. Yes, near their brain, which connect to ducts that exit through openings called nephropores, situated just below the eyes. When they contract certain muscles, they can aim and fire streams of urine forward, sometimes up to several body lengths away. This facial firing system gives lobsters a unique advantage. They can precisely direct their chemical messages toward specific individuals or areas. Think of it like using a water pistol instead of a sprinkler. You can target exactly who you want to reach. Now, let's explore how lobsters use this ability in their daily lives. From establishing social hierarchies to finding mates. In the competitive world of lobsters, real estate is everything. They're territorial creatures, often fighting over the best rocky crevices and hiding spots. When two lobsters meet, especially males, they don't always resort to violence. First, they have a pee battle. It starts with posturing. They raise their claws, antennae twitching, sizing each other up. Then, they begin releasing urine toward one another. The lobster with stronger, more concentrated urine, signaling better health and higher status, often causes the weaker one to back down. It's a chemical showdown, and the lobster that smells more dominant usually wins without a single claw being raised. This urine-based communication isn't just about aggression, though. It's also key to their love lives. When a female lobster is ready to mate, she seeks out the most dominant male in the area. But she doesn't just wander aimlessly. She follows his scent trail, which is largely made of urine. Once she finds his den, she'll stand outside and pee back. Her urine contains pheromones that calm the male's aggression and signal her receptivity. He'll respond with his own urine streams, and this exchange can go on for days. It's a delicate, fragrant courtship that ensures he won't see her as food or a threat after mating. The female stores the male's sperm and may not mate again for years. But during that time, his chemical signature remains in her system, a lingering reminder of their partnership. But lobsters don't just use urine for fighting and flirting. They also rely on it for navigation and social bonding. In dense lobster communities, individuals can recognize each other by their unique urine signatures. They can tell who's a neighbor, who's a rival, and who's a stranger. Some research even suggests that lobsters may form loose social networks, maintained through frequent pee exchanges. This constant chemical conversation shapes their world in ways we're only beginning to understand. For example, when a lobster is injured or stressed, its urine composition changes. Other lobsters can detect this and may behave differently, avoiding a sick individual or, in some cases, becoming more aggressive toward it. What's even more fascinating is how this system evolved. Lobsters belong to an ancient group of arthropods that have existed for hundreds of millions of years. Their unique facial peeing mechanism likely developed as an efficient way to distribute chemicals in their environment without wasting energy. By releasing urine near their heads, where their primary sensory organs are located, they can immediately assess how other lobsters react and adjust their behavior accordingly. It's a beautifully integrated system. They send messages and receive feedback all in the same fluid exchange, of course. This raises the question, why don't more animals pee from their faces? For most land animals, releasing urine from the rear makes sense. It keeps waste away from sensitive areas like the eyes and mouth. But underwater, the rules are different. Currents can disperse urine quickly, so aiming it precisely becomes more important than keeping it distant. Lobsters turned a limitation into an advantage. They transformed a basic bodily function into a sophisticated tool for social interaction. Today, researchers study lobster urine not just for curiosity's sake, but for practical applications. Understanding how lobsters communicate could help us develop better underwater robots, improve aquaculture, or even inspire new forms of nonverbal communication technology. But beyond the science, there's a deeper lesson here. Lobsters remind us that the natural world is full of hidden complexities, systems and behaviors that seem bizarre at first glance, but make perfect sense when you understand the context. What looks like a strange quirk is often a finely tuned adaptation, shaped by millions of years of evolution. So the next time you see a lobster on a menu or in an aquarium, remember, you're looking at a creature that speaks in sense, fights with urine, and finds love through chemical conversations. It's a world where the most powerful messages aren't spoken or written, they're peed from the face. If you were a lobster, what message would you send with your urine? Let us know in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe to Animal Fact Vault for more wild insights into the animal kingdom.